seniors, I'm Emily.
And I'm Daniel.
Welcome back to another edition of Swamp Talk.
Remember, seniors, that prom tickets went on sale. Make sure you grab one, and they are $90.
And for juniors, prom tickets go on sale April 1st.
Tickets will be sold until April 19th or until sold out.
Also, Grad Bash sign-up sheets are in the commons during lunches until Friday.
Congratulations to all the students on the screen who had an amazing performance at the FTSC.
If you see any of these students in the hallway, make sure to congratulate them.
Speaking of theater, let's go to Brady for a recap of the theater states competition.
Hey Gators, my name is Brady, and I'm here to give y'all a quick recap of what we did at the Florida State Thespian events. We were gone Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and on Wednesday, we did our one-act It's All Under Control. You may have seen it, we showcased it a couple times, but our hard work paid off and got us a superior. For those of you who don't know, the grading scale, it goes from fair, good, excellent, and superior. Next, we had our 3 solo musicals, which I unfortunately missed as I was dropping off the set, but I heard they all did really good and have the evidence to back it up by also all 3 getting superiors. Then, on Thursday, was our tech events. One was a costume design, and the other was a publicity design, which both absolutely killed it and also got superiors. Finally, on Friday, we had our monologue, which got an excellent. We personally think she got robbed because she put on a legendary performance worthy of a superior. But those are all the events we took. I'm so proud of each and everyone who worked so hard to achieve this. And with that, back to our anchors.
Congratulations to all the students that did amazing.
Now, let's go to Ben for some news around the world.
Good morning, Gators. I'm Ben, and welcome to another edition of News Around the World. To start us off, President Putin of Russia has officially extended his reign over the country for another 6 years in an unsurprisingly landslide vote with a record high count. The election is surrounded in controversy due to the recent death of Putin's greatest critic and political foe, Alexei Navalny. Independent monitoring and other media organizations were unable to observe or report on the election due to a media blockade, leaving many to suspect a manipulated ballot. The Ukrainian Eastern Human Rights Group stated that at least 249 people were detained for refusing to take part in the vote and openly criticizing the Russian government. At a speech in the heart of Moscow after being elected for his 5th term, Putin states he plans to make a buffer zone in Ukraine to protect Russia from cross-border attacks. Next, Biden plans to hold a White House summit with the Prime Minister of Japan discussing North Korea's nuclear capability and Japan's acquisition of a major U.S. steel company. A report states that Kim Jong-un is testing a live-fire drill of nuclear-capable rocket launchers designed to target South Korea's capital, which is supported by Japanese military sightings of launches off the east coast of North Korea. Next, Japan and U.S. relations are tense after Biden publicly opposed the $14.1 billion deal of Nippon Steel buying a Pittsburgh-based steel company and making an HQ in Pittsburgh, which raises questions of national security and what this transaction can mean for union workers. Finally, billionaire Warren Buffett is again offering $1 million for life to a lucky employee of his firm who can correctly predict the 67-game March Madness with a perfect bracket. Every year, millions of sports fans across the country make a bracket and bet on the outcomes. Never in the history of March Madness has somebody made a perfect bracket, with the odds being 1 in 9.2 quintillion. The closest bracket to being perfect was in 2019, when an Ohio resident accurately predicted the first 49 games of the tournament. Even though the odds are low, many fans still bet on the thrilling competition to see how far their luck takes them, and hope that one day, somebody will make a perfect bracket. That's all for today, Gators. Now back to the anchors.
Thanks, Ben.
And for an interesting segment, Ray and Sawyer went to teachers with scenarios to ask them for dating advice.
Let's see what they had to say.
What's up, Gators? Last week we had a segment covering our students' worst dating advice.
Today we're going to spin off of that and ask teachers some interesting questions about relationships, but they're going to be based off scenarios that we created. Let's go. Alright, Ms. Weaver, your student goes to you for advice on how to talk to their crush. What do you say to them?
I would say, do they know how you feel? And if they don't, then try to strike up friendship, because the best relationships come out of good friendships. From there, I would say, like, figure out what kind of common ground you have. Maybe you try to, like, hang out, go to a bookstore, grab a coffee, something like that if you're trying to pursue something. If you're just trying to admire them from afar, don't be creepy on social media.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Weaver. Your student, still in high school, tells you that he's getting married and he wants you to be his best man. What do you say to him?
I'm honored. All right.
Miss Lofgren, your student asks you where the worst place to take someone on a first date is. What do you tell them?
KFC for dinner and then a monster truck rally.
Thank you.
Okay, so your student asks you the best place to go on a first date. What would you tell them?
Beach.
Beach?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good answer.
Alright, that's all we got.
Back to the anchors.
That's some really good advice.
Well, that's all for today, Gators.
See you next week on another episode of Swamp Talk.